Give me another shot and I'll be bulletproof. A couple more just to get over you. Roll up another joint and let's get on the roof. I feel like that's the only way that I get close to you.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? I got another pilot talk today. We are here with MC2. He's been around. I mean, I see him in streams all the time, hanging out, chatting with homies, commenting on all the FPV homies and everything like that. How's your day going, man? Good morning.
It's going well, man. Getting my second cup of coffee in, and hopefully my brain will be awake enough to do this. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just ran to the store real quick, woke up, ran to the store, and we're here now.
Nice.
It's been a pretty good day.
Nice.
So the first question.
Did you get any?
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to ask you. Did you guys get any bad weather over there last night or this morning?
It's just been raining for the last like 2 weeks. It's been just rain, wind, rain, wind, rain, wind. Like, no, last night was. I think we're getting some rain now, but it's not bad at all.
I was doing some iGal stuff in my living room, and the power went out mid-iGal, and there was a tornado warning. So that was a fun time. We've had some bad weather around here lately, so we're kind of same as you. That's why I asked. I know if something hits us, it's probably gonna hit you guys. So.
Yeah, it is. We've had quite a bit of bad weather, like the last probably month or so. There's been a lot of like storms and windy.
It's been hard to fly, especially like you said, the wind.
Yeah,
man, that's been
horrible. So aggravated with my whoop.
Oh yeah, it just gets blown around, dude.
Yeah.
Like, heck, even like a 5-inch probably does all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna push it around a little bit, but like I recently got a 3-inch and I flew it in some pretty windy weather like a couple weeks back. I was not having that much fun battling the wind, you know. I felt like I was just gonna crash because of the wind. So I haven't flown since. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to. Like I said, I want to get a 75 mil build out because I know I've heard that they kind of handle the wind a little bit better, and it's just Indiana. It's just wind.
Oh yeah, I know, man. Illinois is very much the same.
Yeah. It's just all that flat ground. There ain't nothing to stop it.
Oh yeah. If you can get into a pocket of trees, maybe it'll help, but you know, that's hit or miss depending on which way it's blowing.
Yeah. Damn wind.
Weather. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm ready for nicer days for sure. Yeah. Hopefully when we get into May or something, it'll be more conducive to flying, you know?
Yeah. I hate the heat, but like, I just don't. Whatever, man.
It was so hot. Like, yeah, I'm there with you 100%. Just be sitting outside sweating, but at least you're out in decent wind, you know, no rain.
Yeah.
You're just hot.
And like, I don't even care.
The AC in my car doesn't work. So I'm just cruising around, just swiping the windows down, trying to find spots. Hey, man, it's part of it, though. It's worth it, but geez.
It is. I showed it. I did do it. I did it. I promise. Because I moved the camera. It's got like a wide angle. You can see a lot. Goofball. I will get into the first question.
Sure, man.
Where did your pilot name and logo come from?
So my pilot name is actually just my initials. It is originally supposed to be MC squared, but because, you know, you can't put the exponent or the superscript, whatever you want to call it, that special character, in like URLs for, you know, your YouTube, like MC Tube is my YouTube. You can't put MC squared tube, oob, on there. So I kind of went with the MC2, the character 2, and people called me Mick2, MC2, so it's really, at this point, it's MC2 and not MC squared, MC2 FPV. But yeah, it's just my initials, really. Nothing. I mean, my initials are kind of cool. MC squared, you know, there's some significant meaning behind that. So, and my wife actually, she called me MC squared before in the past, and I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. And it took me however many years for her to say that, for me to connect the dots, just being me. So yeah, it's just it's MC2.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, that's the story.
Okay. And your logo, where'd your logo come from?
Oh, my logo. So it's right now. I think it's just a picture of me with. I created like an MC2 FPV, I guess logo in Paint, and I was putting it on like a lot of my shorts and stuff like that. So originally it was in Paint, and then I actually ran it through, I think ChatGPT, to kind of like give it more life. But now, I mean, went back from the ChatGPT thing and have been editing it slowly to kind of. It's a little more pixel arty than I want it to be still, so I've been kind of slowly refining it. But I have talked to Gringo a little bit and potentially getting a new logo built. I just don't know exactly what sort of branding I want to go with. But right now it's kind of just like a mix of my own art that's been kind of refined by ChatGPT that I've gone and then refined again. But I don't really like the picture of me with the MC2 FPV on there, so I want to get something a little more permanent built, I guess. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with it yet, but I've changed it a few times since I started flying.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to, when I was like coming up with my logo, I just was like, I kind of thought about doing ChatGPT or like, whatever.
Right.
And I tried to, but you could never get the correct kind of quad. It's always a camera drone. It's never FPV
or
drone.
the props are all goofed up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like something is wrong with those. Like there'll be tri-blades on 3 of the motors and then a bi-blade on 1 or something like that. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I avoided drones in my logo at least with the ChatGPT help, just because for that reason, I guess. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's always just something messed up. And even now, I've tried it even more recently, thinking like, oh, FPV's kind of more.
Maybe it's better.
No.
Well, it's like now they've gotten better with the 5-finger thing, right?
Yeah.
4 or 6 or 7. It's like they still haven't gotten the fingers figured out on the drones.
No, they have not. They're like, what the hell are those?
It's funny. Yeah, I have the same experience there.
Yeah. So I just was like, you know what? I'll just make something in Paint.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I did. I use, I forget, it's GIMP, I think, and I don't remember what that stands for. I know it's a GNU, but I like that program. I've used Photoshop in the past. Probably when I was younger, I never bought Photoshop when I was younger, but, whatever. I probably had a pirated copy once upon a time when I was younger, but it was really complicated. No. But no, it was, it was a little complicated. It was expensive. Everything's subscription model now, and I just can't stand it. So I went with something free a while ago, and GIMP works pretty well for my needs. Yeah. So that's what I use to build mine. Nice.
Yeah, I use that for all my thumbnails and stuff.
It's pretty good. It's almost like Photoshop.
Yeah.
Maybe a little lower quality, but you can get brushes and stuff. Downloads that make it pretty good.
Yeah. I just like I said, I just didn't want to do I don't know. I feel like I figured out FPV by myself, kind of like through the community and everything. So I'll just figure out all the YouTube shit by myself too. I try to do my best to make it myself as much as I can, even if it looks like shit.
Hey, I think your logo looks nice. I like it. Pretty cool. I like the drone stuck on top of the tree. Very fitting. Can relate.
yeah. I've got I only have one tree stuck story, but it was about the worst outcome that could have happened.
About the same for me.
Yeah, I got it stuck. It was early on, and I tried power loop tree and ended up in the tree at the top, and trying to turtle out for quite a while, and finally used an arborist bag to shake it out of the tree, which took me a good hour and a half probably of trying, and finally got it out, and I was like, oh, thank God, at least I saved it. Come to find out, smoked a motor, burned an ESC. I was like, well, shit.
Yeah. I'm happy I haven't smoked any ESCs yet. That's a fear of mine, but I imagine that's a way to do it,
Yeah, and it's no shade to the ESC, because I run the Speedy B V3 stacks.
Yep.
And it's no shade to that ESC, because I was turtling like a
Oh
I was
yeah,
just
and that's usually how it goes, right? When people burn them, it's usually a turtle motor,
Yeah,
I think, or
yeah.
just overworking that motor if it's damaged or something. I think,
Yeah.
from what I've heard.
Well, mine was like
Yeah,
I like could tell in the feed that it was like forked on the like my motor just sat right in between the forks, so there was no way I was
it wasn't
getting it
going
out.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it was
I've
basically like
gotten
resisting the motor while I was trying to turtle
right.
it. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that motor was smoking hot.
Yeah.
I've gotten one tiny whoop stuck on a tree, and it wasn't like a hard recovery or anything
Oh
like
yeah.
that. And I've heard this from a buddy of mine too. When I got it stuck in the tree, I cooked the VTX on it eventually, so that was pretty. And it was
yeah.
like 5 minutes, if that. I had my extendo pole with me.
Yeah.
It was not a tall tree. I was like you, power looping the tree, and rested it perfectly on top like one of the highest branches. And yeah, I don't know if like I have no idea really what caused the VTX to go out, but yeah, sitting
Yeah.
in that tree, maybe it was just hot day, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
But my
crazy.
first story about trees, and this is kind of what got me sort of into FPV, is I had that DJI Mini 4 Pro, and it was like it may have been my very first flight with that thing. And I put it in sports mode because like I wanted to FPV, but I
Yeah.
had a camera drone. It was, and I know this is one of your questions, but and maybe maybe this will answer it. But I was in a weird period where like I was kind of invested in camera drones. I wasn't quite ready for FPV, but I knew I wanted to do it eventually. So I was kind of, I got this DJI, and I think I made the decision by the time I purchased the DJI and got it that I wanted to do FPV. But I was flying around outside my car, testing it out, it was a good flight for a little while. I put it in sports mode just to, rip it around a little bit. Rip it around a little bit as much as you can with a camera drone. And there's a little bit of latency, and with DJI it's kind of a known thing, but it's even worse in those camera drones. I feel like.
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't have goggles. I was just using the RC and watching it on there. I ripped it past my car and it just came to turn it around, and I snagged the gimbal just perfectly on the end of a tree branch. This branch was pretty much invisible to me, but I got it caught on the gimbal, and I snapped that gimbal. I broke it in the first flight.
Oh
It was
Damn.
that was
sucks.
what brought me into FPV, truly, like, because it costs money to repair those things. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay this much. I'm gonna crash these things how I'm wanting to fly them eventually and get an FPV, so I've got to learn to fix them. And yeah, that kind of sold me on like, the build, fly, break, fix, repeat, cycle. Before FPV, I was already in it. So yeah, that was the most tragic. And it wasn't really stuck. I was able to get it out just like grabbing it, but man, it's like, how did this thing break so easily? I've got to do something different.
Yeah.
So, yep. Tragic.
I had a funny story with my Mini too. That I was my parents came over to my house to visit, like, and I was like showing my dad my drone because like he was kind of like interested in stuff or whatever. So I was showing him all. So I was like flying my Mini 2 around my yard, and I was doing like a orbit around us and caught a telephone pole, snapped an arm. But I was like, I just ghettoed it and JB welded it back together, and it's
heck yeah, man,
perfect.
I guess an arm's a little bit easier to fix. Like the gimbal, like
oh yeah,
I didn't know what I was doing to fix that thing. You know what I mean? I had no idea. But it's like those things are not easy to repair. They're very, you have to have very specific parts. It's all company manufactured, so it left a bad taste in my mouth. But yeah, it is what it is. They're nice for filming stuff. Beautiful cameras.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, the gimbal's really cool too. But yeah, I was already like kind of regretting my purchase by the time I even crashed it, because I was like, there was some weird transitory period where I was like settling that I was settled on wanting to do FPV, but I wasn't quite there yet. I was still maybe a little nervous about it. So, and I didn't know what I was doing yet either. So.
Yeah,
good times.
I like kind of similar, like same thing as I started off with like DJI, camera drone, and then
Nice.
found FPV, and I was like, oh no, I don't care about the camera drone. That's
Right, dude. I've flown it since I got an FPV drone exactly one time, and that was like last summer. So
yeah.
I think I took it out with my FPV drones out at my parents' house, the house I grew up at. And I just brought it with me because my wife's always like, why don't you fly your DJI? You spent so much money on it. It takes really good pictures. I was like, okay, I'll bring it.
Yeah.
I like went up, did an orbit around their backyard, around their pool, high up with the gimbal pointed down, and then landed it and said, I'm okay with this, and went and flown FPV drones. So, yeah.
Next question I got for you is, how often do you IRL fly?
Oh, man. Lately, I mean, we kind of talked about the weather already.
Yeah.
Not as much lately, but like when I first got an FPV, I would want to fly at least one time a day if I could. Like every single day, as long as the wind wasn't horrible, I was trying to go out and fly every day. But these days, with the winter, you can relate. You know, I'm sure Indiana winters are very similar to ours. Not easy to get out. I try to fly around inside, but you know, it's not the same, I guess. I don't mind it for like the iGal stuff, but I'd rather be out and fly. And, you know, I'm sort of new still, too. So the extra room is nice, you know, for doing tricks and stuff. But I do prefer to fly, like, cool spots if I can and fly outside. But lately, I would say, like, if I'm lucky, once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. But it's been a little bit better. I've been trying to get out more, especially because of the iGals preseason stuff. If I can go out, I'll fly out in the yard. But I'm hoping by summer or whenever it gets nicer to try to go out every day again, or at least, like, 4 times a week or something like that. How about you? How often are you getting out?
I usually, I've been flying for like 5 years, so
oh yeah,
I just recently started conformal coating. Like I just conformal coated my whoop, and then when I get the Strya frame, I'm gonna tear my main quad down, conformal coat everything, and then rebuild it up. So then I'll be all good to go in the clear.
Heck yeah, man.
But like early on, I was like, I started out with like smaller drones, and then I eventually bought a 5-inch just because money. Like I don't make a lot of money, don't have a lot of money to spend. Like I think a lot of pilots, it seems like. So I finally got 5-inch or whatever, and I was like super excited because I bought it like in the summer-ish, and I was like, oh yeah, winter come up, it'd be fun flying the snow and everything. Like when a snowstorm's happening, you fly 5-inch around and everything. Right. But I was like dumb or just too fucking cocky or something, and just thought, like, didn't think that, oh yeah, there's snow. Snow's water. Water makes electronics go boom boom. Right. And but first winter came, and I was like, ah, it'll be fine. I was like, I'll just go and fucking fly it out in the snow. And so I like flew to quite a few times in the snow over the winter.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would like to, but I'm kind of like you. And you didn't have any issues before the conformal coating, right?
No,
like
I didn't. No, I had.
Okay. I've heard good things about the snow. Like I hear it's a little better than flying in the rain. Like I don't know how that works. I guess there's less moisture or less, you know, water droplets are dense, whereas the snow could probably blow off a little bit if it's cold enough.
Yeah, also, and it's not water until it melts, you know.
Right, exactly. So if you're moving quick, maybe it just brushes off your quad or whatever.
But
that would be fun, actually.
Yeah. I was basically like, though, as soon as because I did crash in the snow one time, and I just went and unplugged my stuff, and I was like, I'm done for the day, because I knew.
I did too. One time with my tiny whoop, and it wasn't snowing or anything, but we still had snow on the ground, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like the one patch of snow I managed to get into.
Yeah.
It was windy. I was out with my wife and my grandma. We went back to the town we went to college in. I was flying around a little bit, and I was coming into land, and the wind blew me into the fence, and I landed in the snow. But hey, it was fine. I unplugged, and it was all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've I think that for the most part, like if you're wanting to like fly out in the rain or like fly for long periods of time in snow or anything like that, you definitely conformal coat. And honestly, it's really not too much of a hassle, or hasn't been for me, at least so far. Like
I have a bottle of it I've never used yet.
You
haven't
should.
committed to. I'm going to. I think on my next AIO, if I do build another one soon,
Yeah.
I'll try to do the conformal coating, or I'll just take apart an older one that might be on its
Yeah.
last leg and practice on it. We'll see. But I do want to do
Yeah.
it because you and Metalcraft are big, pushers for that for the conformal coating, and I've
Yeah.
had good luck so far, but I'm
Yeah.
sure I'm on borrowed time.
Yeah.
I've crashed in a puddle once, so
Yeah.
and the quad fly is fine so far. I didn't even know, like I was like splashing around in that thing.
Yeah.
So I took it to a playground and went down the slide, and there was just a puddle of water at the bottom. And I did
Yeah.
not see it, could not see it. And then I ended up hitting the side of the slide and kind of flipped over.
Yeah.
And I was, turtling for a bit before I even realized there was water there. And then I saw a puddle. I'm like, oh, God. Ran over to the slide, unplugged, and dried it off. And so far, it still flies all right.
I
but
think
I'm
that
probably lucky.
I mean, realistically, like, I think what kills the quads with the water is like it's getting full battery voltage to parts that aren't supposed to get full battery voltage. It's like
Gotcha.
stuff that's supposed to be filtered down. So I think with the
Yeah.
tiny whoops, you can kind of get a little bit luckier because you're
I've heard
already
that.
running under 5 volts.
And it's less of a discharge, going through your entire quad at any given time. Whereas
Yeah.
like a bigger one, you might,
Yeah.
With that, anything that requires like a cap might have some issues there.
Yeah,
I think.
I think that's what kills. I think that's why you can kind of get away with it with tiny whoops.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I'm still gonna say I'm lucky on that. 'cause
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I mean,
No, but
I
I've
don't want it
definitely
to
seen tiny whoop boards get fried from falling in a pool or a bowl of water, or dog
yeah.
bowl or something. Yeah.
oh yeah, I can believe that.
How often do you sim fly?
Not enough, I would say. Early on, especially like before I got an FPV, because everybody says like get your 50 hours or 30 hours in the sim before you fly. I don't
Yeah.
think I got 50 hours in, but I probably had like 30 hours in before I started flying. And I flew in the sim, to learn tricks even after I started real flying. But these days, I've been trying to more lately, especially with the iGao stuff, because I did find myself kind of getting to a point where I was only doing like a few tricks, and there's things that when you see like really good pilots like Gringo or Ox Plumes,
Yeah.
just stringing their tricks together, but also retaining that flow, like
Mhm.
the iconic flow. Like I can get a flow state going on and I can do tricks, but blending the two together, it's not always, especially if you're not used to a trick, it's not always like seamless as they make it. So I've been
Yeah.
trying to get into the sim to kind of add more tricks to my disposal so I can do fancier things and work on my
Yeah.
flow at the same time. And with the iGao stuff, you can get practice with the tricks. And I think we talked about this a little bit. You get practice with the tricks, but the flows, for me, hasn't been there. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to nail my 3 objectives and then in the clip.
Yeah.
And, flow for me is my favorite part of FPV, like getting into a good flow, putting your headphones in, and just kind of flying to the
Yeah.
music, I love it.
Yeah.
But not enough. I guess I didn't answer your question. Probably these days, this week's been pretty good. I've flown in the sim like 2 or 3 times this week, but ideally, like before, like recently, maybe like once a month or once every 2 weeks, I would say. But I'm
Okay.
trying to get back in the sim more.
Yeah.
It helps if you have people to kind of play the sim with too, like
Yeah.
I've crashed or whatever. So
Yeah.
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 How about you? How much are you simming?
Well, I mean, now I've been doing about once a week, like when I live stream.
Nice.
But I was
Yeah,
same thing.
that's
Like
right.
I wouldn't touch a sim at all. Like, and when I got in, I'm gonna be honest. It's been so long. I don't even remember if I actually put any sim time in or if I was just like, fuck it, we'll do it live kind of thing.
YOLO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause
I get
'cause-
that.
Cause I like I want to maybe put a few hours in. Cause I started on DRL was the big one that I flew.
Oh, okay.
to
I've never
start
played
out.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I only did it because the racing, like drone racing. That's kind
Oh,
of
okay.
what I saw that like really set it off for me.
Really? Racing got you in at first, huh?
Yeah, like I probably like because and I've said this like talked about it a bunch, but That's the other thing I hate about these interviews. Like, I feel like I'm telling the same story, but then I have to like remind myself that I'm like talking to a different person, so like they don't necessarily know.
I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
When I started out like you did. Like, I bought a camera drone because I'd like
Right.
I'd known of drones and stuff like that.
Same.
But I just never like thought it was like accessible or something. I don't know, or never really like
I
gave
was
it
kind
any
of in the
mind.
same camp. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, so I bought a camera drone, Mini 2. Definitely spent way too much money that I probably shouldn't have spent, but I did.
Yeah.
And I love that thing. I flew. It was fun. It was like amazing. It was the first time I really having any kind of
Right.
like flying experience. You know, being up in the air and stuff. It was super cool.
Oh yeah.
Just to see. And I still have mine, and I still from time to time will whip it out and do stuff with it.
Beautiful cameras, you know.
Yeah. And like, but I bought that Mini 2 SE, and then I maybe 6 months. I think I can't exactly remember, like I said, because it's been like 5 years, so I don't. So
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
But I think that I saw maybe like some FPV content on YouTube because I was like looking at drone stuff and
Right.
and stuff like that. I watched a lot of the DJI people when I first kind of got into drones. So like fucking Ken Heron was a big one that I watched early on, and I still watch him today.
Yeah, I watch them too. It's funny
and
content.
I can't remember. There was another guy that was like in the UK that like did a bunch of DJI review stuff, but
I think I know who you're talking about.
I think his name was
I think
like
I've seen his videos.
Brody Reed or something. I don't remember. I don't know, or I'm just randomly thinking.
I don't either. I just remember when I was first getting in, I do remember seeing some British guy flying around castles and stuff with his DJI drone reviewing Neos, Avadas, all that stuff.
Yeah, but watched him, and then like I said, I stumbled. I think it was DRL that I stumbled across. I was like, DRL became like a big part of my life. Like I was when it was on ESPN and on TV and stuff. Like I like literally religiously watched, like a sports fan watching his fucking football team on Saturday or whatever the hell. Like every time they had
stories about that, and I missed it. Didn't that happen like during COVID? It kind of blew up on like the sports channels and stuff because sports
it was
were
actually
playing less or something.
Yeah, it was like after COVID, and then they had like a couple seasons. It kind of actually like during COVID, it kind of got screwed over.
Really?
Yeah, like during COVID, because they had to do like all the virtual races and stuff like that because of the social distancing and all that shit that happened.
Yeah, that's weird for a FPV, where you could like totally be far apart as pilots. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think the thing is like the audience stuff is what they were concerned about. But they had like they had a couple seasons. They had a couple seasons of like virtual races that were like total virtual, and then like it kind of fell off, which fucking sucks. They like they just I think got dropped by ESPN or whatever, and then they kind of just fizzled out. But yeah, I was watching them like religiously. It was so cool. I just liked the racing. I don't know. I don't want to race, and I interviewed just last week. I interviewed Callie FPV. She's like the top multi-GP.
I saw her on Instagram recently, and I guess I already followed her, but I didn't know that. And I saw one of her races. She's good.
Dude, yeah, no, she's a hell of a fucking racer. And like, but I interviewed her, and I was like talking with her about that stuff, and they've got like after DRL kind of fizzled out. I like found multi-GP, and I started I started watching their races and everything whenever they live stream and stuff like that. And it like wasn't as polished as DRL, but it was still like just was still fun to watch.
You think you'd ever try anything like that just for fun?
I'm planning on doing there's a local group that's like I think 45 minutes or so away from me that does like tiny whoop races in like a building they have.
That'd be fun.
So yeah, I've like whenever
even casually, not like a competitive sense, but just kind of do it to do it.
I'm 34
Yeah,
years
same.
old.
I mean,
I'm not doing
right,
competitive
I'm
anything.
35. Yeah. Have you seen how the best of the best? Like, I know you're
Dude,
not
oh my
seeing what's
God.
coming out of that camera. There's no way. It's got to be muscle
No.
memory.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Like, there's no
Yeah.
way my brain's keeping up with that.
Yeah, dude. I struggle to freaking do a flip through a gate. Like, I ain't going fucking
Right.
90 through like 5 gates and split S. Yeah, no,
Oh yeah, it's like how are they? There's no way they're seeing that. They have to
Yeah.
practice it in like a sim or something. Unless
Yeah.
their brain is like a supercomputer. Like that is insane to me.
that, like I said, that's what like I love about the racing stuff. I don't want to do it,
Oh,
but
it's crazy.
I understand it, and I appreciate it so much, the effort they put into it.
I watched like a little bit of Whooptopia, I think. I
Yeah.
think Bessel went out there and competed. I watched a little
I
bit of
think
that.
he
I
did,
think Weebleed, Zotek, maybe he live streamed it or he shared the live stream, I think, and I checked it
Yeah.
out. And that was pretty fun to watch. I watched
Yeah.
probably a few rounds, I would say, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. Yeah, Tiny Whoop Racing is even cooler, like because all the LEDs
yeah.
and stuff.
For sure.
But Multi-GP's got Street League, which is like a really close to the DRL, from what I like gathered, and I'm just hoping to like God that fucking ESPN or something like it can go mainstream like DRL did.
I
That
think
would be
it
so
will,
awesome.
man. Like I feel like drones, especially like since I've gotten into, because I'm new, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
newer. I feel like it kind of started blowing up, and with the Olympics, sort of using
Yeah.
FPV drones to record, I think it's getting more exposure, and people are like, man, like people that I know that I fly, we're all like, did you see the Olympics? Did you see?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's the future, really. I mean, for really high speed, high octane sort of footage, like.
Yeah.
What better solution, than an FPV drone to record this stuff? So I think there will be some more traction again soon. I think our FAA willing, and I know how you feel about the FAA. Hopefully
Sorry.
it'll blow. Yeah, hopefully it'll blow up a little bit more. I love seeing the traction it's getting. Like FPV is like one of the favorite. I mean, it's like what I watch every day. Like freestyle or whatever. It's so good. So I hope your dream becomes a reality with the DRL or whoever decides to take over. I want
That'd
to
be
see more
fucking
as well,
dope if they did like Olympic drone racing. Like if they did fucking
that would
Olympic
be
drone racing at
super
the
cool,
Olympics.
dude. Oh yeah, that would be crazy.
Oh my god, all the FPV
like a
pilots would
freestyle
shit their
competition or
pants.
something, like anything, right? Because I mean, what is
Yeah.
like ice skating? You know what I mean? I'm not like well versed, but they're just
Yeah.
doing tricks, right? Like,
Yeah.
on ice, like.
To
Let's
music,
do some
yeah.
FPV. Let's see Ox Plumes and Gringo go at it.
That shit would be fucking. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. That'd be
But no,
sick,
I
man.
do think I agree that the Olympics. I think I'm like, I was so cool. I was so stoked to see them, like, make a big point about like showing off the like drone team and everything, and like the drone they use and everything like that. And I know that reached outside of our little niche, because I even saw like mainstream media shit talking about it.
Oh yeah, like Threads posts like, "Hey, how do I get
Yeah.
into FPV? Have you seen the Olympics? How do I get into this hobby?"
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you're at the tip of the
I
iceberg.
was like,
right now, and I love it.
Yeah, I was so excited to see that. Like that was
Me
I-
too, man.
I think that
It's
was
refreshing.
yeah. Cause like I fucking oh my god. What? I was like I don't even remember what I was gonna say. I'm fucking gone now.
So
Bye bye.
you haven't had enough coffee this morning
Bye
either.
bye thought train. I don't know. I don't remember what I was gonna say. I'm just excited. I hope that drone
I
racing
agree.
is more mainstream. Oh, that's what I was gonna. Now the thought train came back.
There you go.
It's just in a circle. It's a track. You gotta wait a little bit. It'll come back around.
Yep.
I was gonna say no. Like the drones get like so much bad press because the Ukraine and everything. I'm not gonna put you on camera. Then I gotta blur your face out and stuff. It's a lot of effort.
It's
Okay.
crazy to me too that it's like they
Yeah, go
literally they sort of like hijacked our hobby. You know, they're using the same parts we're using, like, and it's
The
so
bastards.
unfortunate because I got into FPV after all this stuff, you know, so I wasn't part of the hobby before. So when I got in and DJI became a problem at first, like, I don't know if there was politics, you know, going on with the DJI stuff at first, like when I first got in, but it was way easier to get the stuff than before. So I kept telling my friends outside of FPV, I think I'm competing with Ukraine right now for drone parts. I probably was, you know what I mean? They're using the same stuff as us. Yeah, so it's unfortunate, man. Whatever can be used to hurt people.
So I want that was my thing, is like I'm glad to see the positive side being
100%.
hit in the mainstream media outside of the look at all. I remember when the fucking that iFlight video, or the iFlight like picture got leaked or whatever, where it was like, and this is probably before you even got in. I don't even know.
Probably, yeah.
Because it was pretty quickly after the Ukraine war stuff started. There was like this leaked footage clip and picture of like just like stacks of pre-built, like I think they were 7-inch.
I think you're right.
iFlight.
I think they're using like 7 inches.
Yeah.
Over there.
There were like stacks of it, and they showed that, and like, oh, this is what Ukraine's using to blah 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 or whatever.
And it looks exactly like the thing on your shelf, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I was like pissed off to see that shit. Like, but I'm glad that the Olympics did like seeing the positive of it.
And like Mr. Steele's been doing stuff with like I think he did Stranger Things. You know? Like
that too. Yeah.
Like that's so awesome, and him sharing the positive, like the behind the scenes looks on Instagram and stuff. I'm like, this is what the hobby needs.
Yes, 100%, dude.
And just being, you know, showing people that are curious, like not being a jerk or anything in public, and say, hey, you know, it's just a little toy, having fun. Yeah. I call it, for me, spreading the love of whoop. That's what I've been saying, you know, whenever I see people gorilla whooping and having positive experiences. So, I mean, they're really cool, and they shouldn't be, I mean, you know, feared, I think, for the most part. They're scary in certain contexts, but, you know, be safe, fly safe, be responsible.
I mean, everything can be a weapon and used for bad things.
And it will be, as we've seen as human beings, you know.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that every one of them is used for that purpose.
Exactly. And most of them are not used for that purpose. So
I'd rather not blow up my 5-inch that I spent money on. And I don't want
Even if you wanted to, you're more than likely not going to be able to. I mean, that's the one thing too about the whole, you know, people being afraid of it. It's like, these things have, you know, bombs attached to them. Where have you ever seen one of those in your life? You know, so it's not really changing anything because you can't get any of the materials to even cause harm. But I mean, you could crash into somebody. That would hurt, but don't do that. That's
the
bad.
Drone itself isn't the part that blows up. It's what they stick on the drone.
So, and I think I've heard Spider say that in the past, and I was like, yeah, dude, like you're 100% right. Like, you know, these things in and of themselves, I mean, anything flying through the air quickly can hurt somebody, but it's not going to cause the harm that you see going on in Russia and Ukraine. So.
Next question I got for you. What's your caffeine choice?
Okay, so I would prefer, I drink coffee every day, but if I could afford it, I would have espresso every day. I love espresso very much, like cappuccinos, Americanos, but I'm a coffee guy. I have probably 3 cups a day, and I can drink a cup of coffee and fall asleep too, and maybe that's an ADHD thing, but
it is.
it helps me wake up, but it doesn't do anything to my sleep, so I love coffee. Big fan.
I've been more of a coffee fan. I still will occasionally drink energy drinks, but I just prefer coffee.
If I'm on the road or something, want something cold, but also want some energy, I'll take an energy drink. But I've actually never been big on them, I guess, like energy drinks. My wife is, but I'll have them. I don't mind them. I like a Red Bull. I like the blue Red Bulls, the June berry ones.
Oh, yeah.
Those are pretty good. How about you? You said you're a coffee guy and energy drink guy. So do you have a favorite energy drink though, like flavor?
I mean, I like most of the like zero sugar monsters, like the different colored ones.
The white one, the Boomer juice.
No, I'm not actually. I don't. I'm actually not a fan of the white one. I
Yeah.
would prefer one of the other flavors.
That's like the meme though, right? The
Yeah.
white monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw somebody build a quad that looked like a white monster recently and put it on
Oh
Instagram.
my
I was
god,
like, that's hilarious.
that's fantastic.
So goofy.
Yeah, no, but pretty much any of the like colored zero sugar monsters, I'm a fan
Okay.
of.
I'll have to try some more. I think I've
yeah.
only had the boomer juice, the white monster.
No, any of the zero sugar ones are really good. They're,
Nice.
I mean, they've got like peach, peach, mango, fucking watermelon, all different kinds of flavors.
So you like them all equally, no discrimination.
yeah, no.
Okay. That's fair.
That's funny.
I was hoping for a recommendation, but it's okay. I'll just
No,
try it one by one.
well, no, if you want a recommendation, the peach one's really good. That's like
Okay.
I think it's like a teal and orange color.
Interesting.
Maybe?
Okay, orange. Okay, I can see it. I think I have seen them.
And then I like the watermelon one. It's like a red and green can.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I like watermelon.
And then I just tried the America one. They have like America one that they just came out with recently.
What does America taste like?
Freedom and gun. Sorry, no.
Gunpowder.
No, it's got like a blue raspberry kind of, but like
okay.
it
Red,
kinda-
blue.
yeah. So next question I got for you is, do you run pre-arm on your quads?
So for tiny whoops, I do not.
Well,
You might
okay,
ask
hold
it
on,
again,
hold
'cause I
on.
was
Pause.
about to
Wait,
refer to
one
what we
second.
just talked about.
One second.
Yeah.
I'll make this easier. I'm an idiot. I hit the button to stop the recording on my keyboard. Sorry, I'm gonna have to cut this together. Here we go. We're gonna pretend like we're just rewinding magic time space stuff. So, go ahead. Do you run pre-arm on your quads?
Thank you. Yes. I do not for my tiny whoops. I'm not really afraid of those. I've crashed
Yeah.
into myself. No harm. I call them, like any wounds that you get from a tiny whoop, like cat scratches, basically, because my cats
Yeah.
do more damage to me than my tiny whoop ever has.
Yeah.
Worst thing that can happen to you with a tiny whoop, in my experience, is you get it caught in your hair. And then you gotta, well, if you have longer hair,
Yeah.
you get it caught in your hair. Don't get it caught in your wife's hair. That won't go as well. But you just
Yeah.
pop the prop off and you're good to go most of the time.
Yeah.
But for anything like, I don't think I have it on my 2-inch currently. Maybe I should. I haven't nicked myself with it yet, but I imagine it probably would hurt.
Yeah.
3-inch and 5-inch, I definitely run pre-arm. And I put it on the shoulder button on my RC, my boxer. And then I just, flip the switch. And I find it to be easy enough to use. And eventually, I think, like, TKS does some cool stuff with disarms. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that with my tiny whoops. I feel like doing that whole process, like, it would be too much for me to do that and then catch my drone. So I
Yeah.
probably won't ever put a pre-arm on my tiny whoops. But anything that could hurt me, maybe even I should probably consider it on the Pavo 20. I don't fly it much, but I think it's like a 2.2-inch prop. And they're thin, man. So
Yeah.
I bet it would probably hurt a lot more than my tiny whoop. So I might consider it on the Pavo as well, just in case.
Yeah, but it's
But
ducted,
I never.
though.
It
so-
is ducted, but the motors are mounted on the, like, upside down. So it's
yeah.
like a pusher instead of
Yeah.
a puller.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah, I
like,
could
you
see
can't
it.
really. Sometimes I'll launch my tiny whoops off my lap. I would never do that with the Pavo because I would just cut my knee up,
Yeah,
But
true.
yeah, it's ducted, so it wouldn't really. Yeah, like I'm mixed on it. I don't have it on there so
Yeah.
far, but it could potentially hurt somebody maybe.
There's not a lot of pilots that run pre-arm, honestly, that I've interviewed. Most of them are like, nah, it's fine.
I bumped my switch enough times when I'm walking around because I don't have like a quick release or anything like that. I
Yeah.
just have like a lanyard with the little clip. It's like it's probably a Radio Master lanyard.
Yeah.
It's nothing fancy, so
Yeah.
I will bump that switch. I've done it enough times that I wouldn't want to be there, plug in my battery, and then bump the switch. Luckily,
Yeah.
before you plug in, because I kind of have a weird switch setup, so it's harder to bump them. I know it'll say like armed or something, or not disarmed when you plug in and you have your switch flipped.
Yeah.
So there is kind of like a pre-arm mechanism there.
Yeah.
You'd have to flip it back up and then back down. But God forbid you're going to unplug and you accidentally bump that, and
Big
So,
thing is
yeah, anything that could hurt you.
The other hack that you can do is just keeping your throttle up, which is what some pilots have done.
That's a good idea, right? Because it'll say throttle or whatever in your OSD.
Yeah, you can't arm with
that's
over
a good
zero
idea.
throttle.
Because it's really hard to push your throttle all the way back down on accident.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, but my thing is if you're lanyard, then yes, you definitely probably should, just because you'll probably bump it.
100%. And I never unplug my RC like when I go to pick up the drone. So
she'll be home soon, buddy, I'm sure. I don't know exactly when, but soon. Next question I got for you is, how long have you been flying?
I have been flying for so like camera drones, I've been flying for 1 year. Almost exactly 1 year ago, actually. I think probably like a year and a week. I got my first camera drone, and it wasn't actually a little bit longer because I got a cheap one from Amazon at first, the Ruco F11 Pro.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I got that probably at the end of March of last year, I think. I don't remember exactly, but I do know I got my first DJI around like like a year and a week. So like last week, a year ago, would have been around the time I got my DJI. And FPV drone, I think it was like May 26th, May 27th of last year when I got my first FPV drone. And I had my RC probably for a couple weeks before then. I did do a little bit of simming. You heard, if you got on the internet, everybody was saying do your 30 hours or 50 hours or whatever. I do not think I did that much time. I felt comfortable enough to do some casual, not hard freestyle flying before then, probably like 10 hours or something like that. But once I felt comfortable enough that I could fly acro or air mode in the sim, I went ahead and got a Meteor 75 Pro 04. I went the DJI route at first, so did that. And probably for about a year. It'll be into next month, a year. Okay. Late June or late May, early June.
Yeah.
I've loved it ever since, though. It's like the most addicting. Gaming's pretty addicting. That was probably my last super addictive hobby, but this has been even more so. The adrenaline you get with it is just, so much fun.
Yeah. It's a lot, probably the hobby that I've kept the longest for sure.
Yeah, me too, man. Like my wife was like, when I first got into it, we've talked about ADHD. I know you have in your show many a times, and I certainly have it, or a dose of the tism. My wife says I do. She probably wouldn't want me to tell you that, but
no, they do. The ADHD is a part of the autistic spectrum now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the truth. I did. Yeah. So I guess I'm roped in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that. Yeah, I was definitely diagnosed as a kid. They tried to put me on Ritalin. My mom said it turned me into a zombie, so she just let me go wild with my ADHD. So here I am ever since. But yeah, like my wife was always concerned that you'd do this for a month or whatever.
Yeah.
And a year later, she's like, I'm proud of you that you stuck with this and improved your skills and are enjoying this. And she likes going out and getting out and flying with me, which before this, I did a lot of gaming. All my hobbies kept me indoors. Like I did some music stuff like that. Wasn't getting out much, but I was like, man, I kind of want to go outside and play outside again. I'm getting bored of doing the same thing inside. So this has kept my attention for a whole year, and I don't expect it, like I said, FAA willing to hamper,
Bro, they're not gonna fucking do shit. Like,
especially with tiny whoops, man. Like. It's
like
a toy, you know what I mean? Like, truly.
I beat this drum to death, but like I will till they fucking.
You can't get parts.
No, until like they're not a fucking administration or anything anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Once they're gone, then I'll leave them alone. But
right.
They make all these laws and regulations and all this shit. There's no enforcement for it.
So far, but they're kind of like the way the if you read the tea leaves, they're trying to crack down and stuff. I mean, it's kind of scary.
It could change for sure, and the way they're posturing, they make it sound like, oh, big, scary,
sure.
whatever, threatening
Right.
bullshit. But track record showing, because like I said, I've been in FPV for like 5 years, and this scare shit has been around for longer than I was, like even before I was in the hobby.
Okay. That's good to hear. I mean, sort of.
I mean,
it makes me more comfortable.
the last 5 years that, like, and you know, you make your own decision. Everybody's their own person. They make their own decisions
Right.
on whatever risk they want to take on and everything. You assess it as your own, whatever, do what you want as you will. In the past, the history of for since I've been in the hobby, the only FPV pilot that I know of for sure, I think Nurk got in trouble. Nurk FPV, which he was like a DRL racer that doesn't really do anything content creation wise anymore. I think he's got a drone business that's like actually doing gigs and stuff like that. So I don't think that's why he does content now. I'm not 100% sure on that. He might.
I could see that.
Or I think he may have gotten a job working for a big company or something like that. I don't know though. I mean, I haven't seen anything from him.
Like
so
a
I don't
Part
know.
107 type of guy nowadays,
Yeah,
right?
he could be. Yeah. The only FPV pilot is the Nurk got in trouble for flying over like train tracks or around train tracks.
Really?
And I think he
I'm
got
surprised.
I think he got fined for it, and that was it.
Oh, crap.
And then Philly Drone Life, which if you watch Bot Grinder, you might kind of know, because Bot Grinder made a video about it when it kind of all was going down.
Gotcha.
He got in trouble, but his was, I think, similar. And really, like, other than those two, nothing. Like, the majority of it has been stupid DJI camera drone operators that buy it from Best Buy and decide, oh, I'm watching the sports ball, I'm gonna fly my drone over the sports ball field.
They're not heavily invested, right? It's
Yeah,
just like
no.
off-the-shelf pilot type of thing. Yeah, I could see that, because I did hear like somebody, maybe the Super Bowl, somebody was trying to fly over that or something, and I think they got fined pretty heavy. I'm like, holy
That's happened
crap.
I think it's happened like 2 of the Super Bowls.
To me, that's just nuts, the amount he got fined, because it's like, you can
Yeah.
do way more damage to anything, property, whatever, with a vehicle, like a car,
Yeah.
automobile, than that drone falling out of the sky or whatever they thought was going to happen,
Yeah.
They gotta figure out the fines with that, and like think about, risk versus, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I think the big thing is like I mean, I could fucking talk forever about this
me
shit,
too.
but I think that the reason they occasionally cherry pick certain people and hit massive fines is just intimidation. Like,
setting the precedent,
Yeah.
like from like a court perspective.
Like,
or
hey,
whatever.
don't do
Hey,
this.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense when you look at it like that.
but I
'Cause-
think that, like, as long
crazy.
like 95% of the FPV pilots, we're not wanting to fly over a fucking football stadium, over a military base, over an airport, none of that shit. Like, we don't care about any of those places.
Right.
There's nothing to do there, like nothing interesting. We want to go to the abandoned buildings that haven't been used for 30 years and are decrepit.
Exactly.
Like, we're not hurting
Even, like,
anybody there.
when we're guerrilla whooping, like, but most of the time it's with the tiny whoop, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've never flown.
Yeah.
It's like a 65 millimeter is usually what I do, and I'm trying to stay away from people. If they act like
Yeah.
they're interested in it or something, I'll do a little orbit around them, but I'm never flying over
Yeah.
anybody or anything like that. It's like, if you just go in with, like, just being responsible and
Yeah.
not trying to hurt anybody and giving a good name to the hobby, just
You would
having fun. spreading the
Probably
love of
hurt someone more if you threw your wallet at them than
100%,
crashing a tiny
yeah.
loop into them.
Have a
Like,
little bit of change in your wallet and toss it at somebody.
that would
Give
do
them a
more
black
damage
eye.
than a tiny
Oh, yeah.
loop.
Yeah, that tiny whoop, the worst thing that's going to happen to you is getting it caught in the hair. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I would feel pretty bad if I did that to
Yeah.
like a random girl. So,
Yeah.
but most of the people are pretty chill. I've guerrilla whooped a decent amount. I've had one Karen, and that was in my DJI days, like when I was early on
Yeah.
flying at a forest preserve. I had and I'll put quotes around it, off-duty police officer, and I didn't even know he was a police officer. I was in my goggles. I think you saw my videos. I used to do FPV with my Mini 4 Pro before I got my drone.
I was like, what the fuck is that? I thought that was hilarious.
I will say it was awesome. Like,
yeah,
you get to see it was like a whole different experience, and that brought me to FPV for sure.
Yeah.
Once I put those goggles on, I was like, holy crap, this view, real time, you know what I mean? Like, you're strapped on to this thing that's flying around, and I just wanted to go faster with more control, you know, from then on. But I was in my goggles, just flying around this forest preserve, real pretty. I didn't even see this guy, right? I didn't see anybody in this camera. So if he was concerned about me taking pictures or whatever, dude, you were the least of my concern. I'm looking at these trees, I'm looking at these fields, looking at the flowers, all that stuff. And he walked back to his car, and I guess he was parked right next to me. I was standing outside of my car, leaning up against my car, just doing some flying, and he's like, oh, there he is, or something like that. And then he's like, I thought you were gonna swoop down on me. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking you watch way too much YouTube, man. Like, I don't know what like, I didn't even see you. I'm just taking pictures out here. And I didn't see it until after I got home and watched the video, but he like grabbed it could have been a security guard outfit, you know what I mean? But like his shirt that you would wear on duty or whatever, he like had it in his hand, like kind of like doing this. I'm a cop. I'm just, you know, I'm kind of obligated to ask if you have your license. I'm like, yeah, I'm trust certified. This thing's under 250 grams. And I'm like, are you familiar with drone laws? And he said no. I was like, well, what do I say? You know, like, well, what am I supposed to, you know, like it got real awkward after that. So he's like, well, I just, you know, being a cop, I need to, you know, make sure you know what you're doing. He was just intimidating me, and I didn't budge.
Stupid.
You could see in my drone footage though that they were kind of mean mugging me as they drove off. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I had no idea that you're even out here, bro. Like, I'm staying away from you and your family. Don't worry. But that was my one bad encounter. You know. Other than that, I flew in the mall one time. I kept away from security. I sat in like where the security booth. They could probably see me, but I was just. It was my first. I've only competed twice, but my first Murder Dome competition before I knew I was doing with the Murder Dome. I was flying around. One of the guys that worked at one of the food kiosks there, he held my drone and let me launch from his hand. Like, everybody was super cool about it. You know what I mean? I always try to, or my wife was with me. She'll be like, hey, is it cool if my husband flies here or whatever? And they're usually like, think it's awesome. Think it's, you know, they've never seen anything that small flying around. So for the most part, I've had only positive experiences other than one. And it wasn't a tiny whoop, so you know, it's a little more noisy and all that. So for my 5-inch and stuff, though, I like, maybe you can relate. I try to stay away from populated areas, even like parks in town. I'm a little reluctant because I live in a bigger city now, not huge, but for Midwest terms, it's bigger than where I grew up. So it's a lot more populated in the parks and stuff. So usually I'll go out of town and try to find like a forest preserve or something like that if I'm gonna fly my 5-inch. So I don't fly 5-inch too much.
I've flown my 5-inch in town a lot, but
you live in a smaller place though, right? Probably less. Are your parks busy where you're at?
No, not really.
It's super busy all the time here.
Well, they have like a big town park, and then there's a bunch of little ones scattered, all like smaller ones scattered around.
Same kind of.
I go to the big one, but there's like different sections of it, and I just stay away from like the playground area of it. Yeah. I used to, my first flights, and I flew my 3-inch there for the first time. I maiden it. A lot of my maiden flights are at this park, but there's this big open field that unless there's like sports ball going on or whatever, some people will take their dogs, I guess, through it, but for the most part, it's pretty people safe, less soft targets. So that's kind of my preferred place if I'm going to go in town. But and I met one local pilot around here. He flies his 5-inch there, but I just like, man, I've got so little experience flying 5-inch, and mine's a little heavy on the heavier side. You know, FAA is not listening, but it probably isn't sub 250. No, hey, like I told you, 250. All of our videos, all FPV videos are all AI.
Yeah,
they can't prove that it's not AI.
Yeah, it's CGI or AI. I've got a friend that's really good at CGI. You know, he can even put me in the videos, and we tune it with AI to make it look more realistic. So,
I mean, Sora 2 does crazy stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. It's only getting better every day. You know what I mean? Speaking of, there's a pilot on Instagram. I don't know if you've seen them. Chinese FPV. Have you seen this person?
I don't think I have. No.
Look at Chinese FPV's page and
I'll
tell
have
me
to
if
look.
that's really AI or not. I think it is. It's insane.
Huh.
Like, this person's crazy. It blurs the line of what's real and what's not real. But like, some of it's pretty
Yeah.
obvious. But look them up on Instagram and tell me what you think about
Okay.
their page.
Yeah, I'll check
Because at
them
first I was like, this is AI, and then I think it's a gimmick. I really think it's somebody in the Dirtbag FPV Discord. Somebody in there.
Yeah.
I have my suspicions on who it is, but I get mixed signals sometimes. So
Oh,
I'll
okay.
talk to you about it like off interview or something. But
Okay.
that page
That's
is
funny.
nuts, man. It's
That's funny.
supposedly a female pilot, but I have a strong suspicion that everything on that page is AI generated. I'm not sure.
Huh.
Maybe some of it's legit, but it's
yeah, I haven't
interesting.
seen
Check it out, dude.
Okay.
That's a crazy page.
Next question I got for you. What's your current rig and setup?
Oh man, I got some just for this question. Right now, since it's IGAL, I've been
Yeah.
flying. Let me see if these show up. 2 tiny whoops. They're similar but different.
Whoa.
This one here has the vegan motors on it.
Oh, okay.
It's just a 65 mil. Got a custom printed canopy. Got the ORT antenna. I think this one is a regular airboard. I'm pretty sure. I do have a couple Air 2s. I built one 75 millimeter with it, so it's not this one. And then,
Okay.
so the vegan motors are what, 25k kV, I think.
Don't remember. Yeah.
They're good, solid motors. One of my favorite builds, probably. And then this one I built a couple of these. They're almost identical. These have I think the stock Meteor 75 motors. They're 19500 kVs. These are really good for indoors. They're a little underpowered, but it's nice, for the indoor flying. But that's been what I've been flying a lot lately. I do have a couple of 75 millimeters that I'll fly outside, but lately I haven't been flying them. I crashed one of my 75 millimeters in a lake recently. Hey man, when there is no wind, the reflection of the sky off the lake, you have no idea how close you are to the lake.
Yeah.
It was my first flight in weeks. I decided, let's rip it over the lake and do a power loop right over the lake. And before I could pull up, I was in the lake. But I pretty much rebuilt the same one here. This is no, this isn't. This is still the regular airboard. These are the We Bleed tree toppers.
Yeah.
It's strong, and you get a little bit of I get a lot more prop wash with this one compared to some of my other builds. But I fly a couple of 75 millimeters.
Are those 1102 motors on that? Or are those 0802s on that 75?
I think they're 0802s
Okay.
on this. I think the We Bleed ones are 0802s.
Okay.
These are the tree toppers, though. They're 30,000 kV-ish. So these ones, they have some power to them. You drain your batteries. If you have the bigger Lava 2 batteries, they're not so bad, but they do take up power. And then this is my most recent quad I built. I haven't flown it that much. Super light. It's got that cockroach frame, the We Bleed cockroach frame.
The LAF one.
Got the the lightest one. The HQ props on there, and I'm rocking vegan motors on this one. I do like it. This thing flies really good. I have to get used to it because it just feels like it floats, man. And then I got those. So the two first ones I showed you are like the ones I've been kind of my daily drivers lately, especially with iGal. But I told you I did get a Deep Space Seeker 3. Really like this thing. I've only flown like 4 packs through it. This might be my favorite quad. More to come on that, but I would love to. They're just so floaty, you don't get the hang time out of the tiny whoops as you do with like a 5-inch or a 3-inch, something built more like a 5-inch. So man, my maiden flight, I've done like one maiden flight and I flew like 2 more packs through it in the wind, which was less enjoyable than the maiden. But my maiden flight of that thing, I had so much fun. I think I probably smiled the entire time I flew it, and then probably 30 minutes to an hour afterwards just thinking about it. But that's kind of what I've been flying recently. And I don't know if you just, when you say rig, like just your equipment in general, or just like
I mean like goggles and radio and everything.
Got the Boxer
Oh, you
I
got
put
the fancy gimbals. Oh.
I bought the AGO ones and swapped them out over the
Whoa.
winter. I love them. I wish I would have got the red ones because I got these little
Yeah.
switch covers on it, but they were out of stock or super expensive compared to the gold ones, so I just went with the gold ones. I do recommend those gimbals if you ever can upgrade. They're compared to the plastic ones, they feel really good.
Yeah.
And then I use I got the goofy battery attached to them. I got the SkyZone 040 Pros.
Oh, okay.
I run Omnis. I want to get a better, longer Omni. There's like the double pagoda out there. It's not really a picture. I like that one. I want to get new antennas, but I do like the SkyZone goggles. I've been using those.
That's funny.
And I do have DJI goggles as well, but I kind of switched to analog. Kind of like I have a very similar take to Symbios on this stuff, and I think he and I have talked about it before in the past too, where DJI is great, looks beautiful. The cameras, they're the best of the best in the camera business. You know what I mean? You can't get a better camera than DJI, but you will get, especially in our economy in the US with the shortage ban, whatever you want to call it at this point, they're just not accessible, and you will get a little bit more apprehension when you're flying. Like subconsciously, it'll infect your mind and you will fly more casually. You do not want to get that thing stuck anywhere. You don't want to fry the VTX. I'll still fly them, but it's like cinematic now, I've even taken apart my Tiny Whoop with the 04 in it just because I have no interest of dealing with the jello and the shots that I always have to mitigate. It's just stressful, more stressful. So I go analog. Eventually, I want to rebuild the 5-inch and go Straya. I know you've dropped some spoilers that you're going that way too. Either a Straya or a Cabron. The Cabron probably is a little bit more than what I need. I don't do Bando. I do want to meet up with TKS sometime this summer and do Cementland at least one time, but
that'd be cool.
I never go Bando, so it's like the Straya. I've seen Birdie fly. He's nuts. He bashes the crap out of that frame. I don't know if he's broken one yet or not, but I don't think he has.
I have a lot of behind the scenes because I've been like super in chatting with Birdie and TKS. But no, the only thing he broke an arm, but it was like an early version when they didn't have the rounded bottom plate. So they rounded where the joint of the arm and the bottom plate meet. They rounded that off. And since they've done that, he has not broken an arm or anything on it.
I want to run some TKS frames for sure. I don't have any yet, but he has some. I've seen some around, the FPV Spear, whatever you want to say, and the stuff he has coming out, like his Caillou mini clone, that looks really cool. I'm interested in that thing. I don't remember what he calls it. It's like something weird, like I don't even know. It starts with an S, but I think it's an S. I don't know. I think it's a Caillou mini clone. That thing looks sick, and the Straya and Cabron both look sick. So I do want to rebuild my 5-inch. I've got a DJI 04 Pro in it right now. Love it for cinematic stuff, but maybe go the GoPro route, put some nice TPU on there, protect the GoPro. And
are you a 3D printer too? Are you?
I got one. Yep, I got one. I don't know if you can see it. I got my.
Now I can. Yep.
Got one in the background. It's a Bamboo. It's A1 Mini. I wasn't early on with the stuff. I asked around. Everybody that I've heard that are the OG printers usually have the Ender. But they all tell me, don't go Ender, go A1 Bamboo A1 Mini if you're new. You won't have to fuss with the thing much. You can go straight to printing. And at first, I had no experience before FPV doing the 3D printing. I always thought it was interesting, but I didn't have a super strong use case for it. And then you get into FPV and you're like, what isn't a use case for it? So I love it. I print all my Tiny Whoops. I have a couple stock Air 65. I think the racing, they still have their stock canopies, but every single Tiny
fuck those stock canopies. They're terrible.
They're so bad. If you're gonna break something, it's the canopy. And if you're gonna break something else, it's gonna be the VTX. But that comes with it. The canopies are awful though. I'm wrong. It's the canopy, it's the frame, then it's the VTX, because the stock frames are pretty mediocre too. But the canopies are horrible. So bad.
I
want to get a Hummingbird really bad though. I haven't tried them. And everybody says the race spec V2. I've heard the V4, V2. I don't know where I'm gonna land, but hopefully their canopies are better. But I'll probably end up printing my own for that.
Yeah,
too.
I think your best bet is just to print TPU canopies.
And you can get a custom angle on them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I use the same canopy for all, but if you want to, you want a lower camera angle, like I don't even know honestly exactly what I run, but I'm probably like 30 degrees on some, and then probably like I don't know. I see the bottom of my props, or the duct, I guess. So I'm somewhere, depending on if I'm outside or flying more conservatively, like inside. I rock like 2 different camera angles, and when you print your own canopies, it's perfect,
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, you don't get great flexibility out of the stock air canopies. You can get really good flexibility out of the TPU ones. So I love them, the printed ones.
Yeah.
Are you you're a printer too, right?
Yeah.
What printer do you have?
Ender V3 Pro.
Okay.
Cool.
I've heard that's like one of the better Ender.
It's one of the newer ones. It's the only thing that I'm so fucking bad about putting stuff off. It's that fucking ADHD, man.
Yeah, I feel it, man.
I need to. It's great, fucking reliable and everything. The only thing I need to do, because I bought it secondhand off a buddy that is like way more into 3D printing than I am.
Yeah.
He's got like 6 printers running or some shit, some crazy shit. Yeah,
does he have his own business or something? That's crazy.
I think he might. I haven't really.
That's cool.
But yeah, so I was asked him about it, and he was like, he's like, oh yeah, he's like, I think I'll look around and see if I got an extra printer that I can sell to you cheap or whatever.
Extra printer just laying around.
Yeah. But he gave me that one. And it was like slightly modded. The only issue that I have with it is I need to put the, damn it, what the hell is that thing? It's like an attachment you put on it to help with bed leveling. It does it, so you sort of like automatically do it, and then
like an auto level, whatever that piece is.
I forget it's. If you're 3D printer, you know what it is.
If you're if you're into the Ender stuff, I feel like you're so more deeply embedded into the hobby. Because like I know early days, and I've talked to some guys that have been like they built their own using wood back in from the open source stuff. Like it's come so far. So those guys that were really early invested in it, they have no problems with the Ender. They're just modifying them, printing off mods for their printers, and I think that's super cool. And eventually, like, I don't know, I have the bamboo, so hopefully it just runs until it doesn't. But I do think it's super cool what the early pioneers.
It's the robots building robots kind of thing.
Right. It's so crazy, and it's cool. I respect that a lot, and I feel like with the bamboo stuff, I feel like I'm just like
you click button and there you go.
Yeah, like I'm half in. I just have my toes in the water or something.
Yeah.
I'm not like wading through it, So like I feel a little spoiled, I guess, but I do respect anybody that's done the.
I mean, that's really how FPV is. Like when I got in, that was the other thing is like when I got into FPV, I like looked at the history of it too. It's crazy the stuff that they had to deal with and did and came up with and redneck engineered together to.
Like even the early cam systems they use are my favorite thing. Like security cameras. I heard people ripping ring doorbells apart and rigging those onto their quads and figuring all this stuff out. And me coming in a year ago, I'm like, oh, everything's done. We have brushless motors now. There's a wide array of cameras, goggles galore. My version of rigging stuff together is way different. Like I'll use like zip ties and glue. These guys were doing crazy stuff to get their stuff to work, and it's so respectable and so cool. The hobby. I didn't even, when I got into it, I didn't even realize it'd been around for as long as it had. Team Black Sheep doing the stuff they were doing years ago, over a decade ago. You know what I mean? And now, 2026, I know people complain about, the camera technology hasn't gone that far and all this, but man, it's crazy where we are. So accessible too.
Thank you. Oh, good Lord. Oh, here we are.
We got a guest.
Yeah. This will be a subscribe button right here.
I did.
Do you prefer whoops or 5-inch?
Oh man, my answer is easy because I barely fly my 5-inch, and some of it's fear with the DJI stuff, and just finding a spot. I do prefer whoops, but you know,
Go
this
ahead,
is a
sorry.
binary choice here. It's one or the other. I haven't flown it much. I talked about this a little bit ago. The 3-inch feels really good, so it might be
Yeah.
neither. You know, it might not
Yeah,
be a whoop or a
yeah.
5-inch. I might end up liking the 3-inch the most because I do feel like it flies like a 5-inch, but you can fly it in, you know, more diverse locations. You don't have to find
Okay.
you know, like a special spot out of town. Like I was saying earlier, I can kind of go to the park and or I can rip it and have a lot of fun.
Okay.
But it's kind of that middle ground, I guess,
Yeah.
between the whoop and the 5-inch. But I do really like whoops. You can fly them anywhere, indoors, outdoors. You see something cool, you just rip around it, you know. So
That's what I like.
I started out with whoops and stuff, and yeah, I guess I'm in my heart, I'm more of a whoop guy. But I do think the 3-inch will grow on me. But I think I'll always fly whoops more, you know.
Yeah, that's the fun thing of like being in been flying for like 5 years is like I've seen kind of as the ups and downs of the hobby or whatever, and it's like when I got in, it was 5-inch is the only thing, and that's the thing that everybody flies, and you have to get a 5-inch or you're not a real pilot.
Right.
And then it was like whoops are the most amazing thing ever. Throw your 5-inch in the trash, buy only whoops. And then now, like in the last, I'd say probably 2 years, it's been like super 3-inch, 3.5
Yep,
inch.
3.5s, yeah.
Like the weird middle areas. They're like, oh, throw all your 5-inches out. Keep your whoops though, because they're still kind of useful, but you don't need a 5-inch. Don't even buy it. Like,
I guess that's where I'm at with that. I mean, I don't say throw away your 5-inch because I watch Gringo and Ox Plumes fly their 5-inches, and I'm like, holy crap! Like, look what they're doing. They're flying these things in places I'd fly a whoop. You know what I mean? And just tearing it up, doing things you never seen before, defying gravity, all of that. Like, so the potential's there. I just think to do those things, the skill level is just up here. You know, it's like insane. I love to watch it. I don't consider I don't see myself getting there with a 5-inch, you know. Like I feel like the control, maybe if I build a proper one, you know, with the Straya frame eventually. Wink, wink.
I think I legit might have just gotten that in the mail.
Oh, really? That's an exciting
might
day
be
for
what's
you
fun.
then. Holy crap! Are you gonna rebuild today?
Maybe, yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Either
I'm
today
looking
or
forward to seeing
tomorrow.
some videos. Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome. That's exciting. Do you know, I mean, it sounds like you have some insider knowledge here, so maybe I'll get some insider details. When is that thing going into production? When can we get them, man? Do you know?
I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but
okay. Okay.
I don't think it's necessarily meant to be like super guarded, because I mean Spider Sugar's been talking about the Cabron and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
The Birdie's got one other change that I think he wants to make to the interlocking of the arms, basically, is what he's changed. And
is he going for like a more of a Cabron?
Yeah, kind of like the belly button kind of thing.
That thing's revolutionary. Like, that design is solid.
But I think he's kind of done his own little spin on it to make the arms just to make the arms a little bit stronger, and them just everything take the weight of crashes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna guess probably in the middle of the summer is what I would assume. Maybe I'm gonna assume probably like 2-3 more months. I don't know. I don't know anything that official, and I don't know if they know anything that official.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's getting pretty close to where they want it.
Perfect. I know Birdie's been working on a tune, like religiously working on that tune.
He's nuts. He's
like,
so
I've seen, like, for the last how many months? At least 2 months. He's been working on the perfect tune for it. If not 3 months now. Like, I don't. He's crazy.
He is, but
he's obsessed.
Yeah, dude. But he's a damn good person to do it. Like,
yeah. You know, he's losing sleep. He's up at 2-3 a.m. just like thinking about the.
Well, you gotta remember he's Aussie though too, so opposite our time. But yeah, he does. He spends a shit ton
Oh,
of
yeah.
time on that tune. I know for
I-
a fact.
I guarantee you there's more work to be done. It'll never be done. Even after the
No.
release, he'll still
No,
be
he'll-
tweaking that thing
Yeah,
until
he
he
will.
can't. His brain
That's fun.
stops, you know.
I like that. I saw Bardwell's video yesterday, Thursday, whatever. He built that app to like kind of help explain.
Oh,
He built
yeah.
like an app to like help explain like with graphics and stuff how
Cool.
PID controllers and stuff, tuning and
Yeah.
stuff works. But I still prefer Birdie. Birdie's just
Oh, yeah.
he's got that charm, man.
He's in it. Yeah, like he's super smart about that
Yeah.
stuff. And I've talked to him about it before, even in Discord, or just heard him like in your interview with him. You can tell him like what's slightly off, and he'll rattle off like a paragraph, 2 paragraphs worth of material, and I'm like, "What did you just say?" Like,
Yeah.
I just tell me what numbers to put into beta flight. You
Yeah,
know? Like,
literally, yeah. And he's
I
great
hope
for
I
that.
can get 25% or 15% of what Birdie knows one day,
Yeah.
and be like okay with it. But that guy is in deep, and I respect it. Like, I think he will help a lot of people. I don't know
Yeah.
in what. I don't think he's done. You know, I think
No.
he'll be involved in some app or something like that. There's something more. He's going to push the boundary in the
Yeah.
tuning world because he's deep in it. And I think
I-
I don't know anybody else that's at his level of knowledge.
Yeah. I've been harassing him so many times, and I've brought it up in interviews. So like I keep harassing him. I want to get him on a video call with me and like him just like explain it to me like I'm 5.
Yeah.
What
That would
like
help
the,
a lot of
the
people,
PID
man,
controller
'cause-
stuff. Yeah.
I don't even know. I mean, I don't know where to begin personally. I mean, I've seen Birdie. I'm in his Discord. I'll watch what he says to other people. When people give him input, he gives them output, you know? And
Yeah.
it's just like, awesome. I don't know how you got there, but I will try it. You know what I mean? Like, if he could just explain
Yeah.
it to us like we're 5, maybe we can
Yeah.
have that 15 to 20% understanding eventually of what he knows, because the guy is an encyclopedia of tuning.
But
It's great.
he's like so worried about because he's like, oh well, but people like what he said to me is like basically like he thinks that people kind of like have different opinions or whatever, and I was like,
yeah.
who cares? I was like,
It's that
people
old-
are gonna
old
have their
saying,
own opinions.
F the haters, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
everybody, no matter what you do, people are going to have an opinion on something. Somebody will. Not
Yeah.
everybody, but somebody's always a snark
So
somewhere, you
annoying.
know? Oh, yeah. Just live and try to
Yeah.
benefit the
What's the
community
matter?
and collaborate. Don't be snarky. Don't shut each other down.
Yeah.
Educate, collaborate,
Remember?
push the hobby forward, you know? So,
Or did it 55 hour live stream?
And how were you introduced to FPV?
oh, man. That one's blurry. It hasn't been 6 years like we were discussing earlier about
Yeah.
kind of your beginnings, but it's a little blurry for me because like around the same time I got interested in drones, and maybe even before I had like a taste of FPV, but like you said, I didn't think it was accessible. You know what I mean? I really didn't think that FPV was going to be something, I don't want to say it's easy, there's a learning curve, but I didn't
Yeah.
think it was going to be something super accessible to me, I think in the beginning. And you kind of, stair step your way into it. But I got started with the camera drones, and I think
Yeah.
I was okay with that, but I wanted more power. And I was buying parts.
Okay.
I was buying parts for my 5-inch before I even really got into FPV, like planning to do it, because I wanted to do it even when I was into the camera drones.
Yes.
So I think it was YouTube
Okay,
originally, more than likely, just seeing something on YouTube when I was first getting into drones or before. I saw some really crazy footage. I don't know if it was a Rotor Riot video or something, because they have a big presence. I'm
Yeah.
kind of on the same page with you as like how they are as a company and how they've changed. But the pilots are, Bubby FPV is great.
Yeah.
Their pilots are great. I've seen something. And I did watch the Bardwell documentary of FPV,
Yeah.
and just the opening of
The
that kind
flow
of was
state,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, hook, line, and sinker, and,
Yeah.
and you can relate. You see what those guys are doing, you're like, I want to do that, like that looks like you're strapping a camera onto something that's just buzzing around the air at
Yeah.
60 to, 100, faster than that if you've got a
Yeah.
crazy build, like miles per hour, just looping around stuff, going through bandos,
Yeah.
achieving the flow state, you know what I mean? Like, So I
Yeah.
saw those videos and kind of eventually just,
Well,
and it happened pretty quickly. I didn't have a camera drone very long before I knew
Yeah.
this wasn't exactly what I wanted. This drone's not going to do what I needed to do. And it wasn't
Yeah.
until I broke my Mini 4 Pro by hitting that tree and breaking the gimbal that I was like, okay, this is not going to work for me. Like, especially it's not even really flying the way I want it to after I got introduced to FPV. So from that point on, basically after I broke the Mini 4 Pro the first time, well, I've only broke it once,
Yeah.
but I've gotten it repaired since. But when I broke it, I was like, I've got to learn how to fix these things. And then I'm like, well, if I'm going to learn how to fix this thing, why not learn to build something that's easier to fix in the future? So yeah, from that moment on, I was like into FPV. And yeah, it was definitely YouTube. Definitely YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. What was your favorite childhood cartoon?
Oh man. So like as a younger kid, I really liked the Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Scooby-Doo was, I loved it. I know it's an older
Scooby-Doo's
cartoon.
a classic, man. Classic,
Oh,
man.
love Scooby-Doo. But I was always kind of a Cartoon Network kid, I guess. And when I got a little older, preteen, teenager, Toonami for sure. So I think like the one that I spent the most time watching, I'm horrible with favorites, so
Yeah.
I thought about this answer a little bit.
Well, it's just
It was
like,
Dragon Ball Z for
Yeah.
sure. Anything
Oh,
on Toonami though, like if it was on, we're about the same age. I was 35,
Yeah.
so during that time period of preteen high school, if it was on Toonami, I was watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
one of my favorite animes, and I'm not huge into anime nowadays, but I really liked Cowboy Bebop as well. But I don't think I fully appreciated that one until I was an adult.
Neither did
It was
I.
kind of a deeper story, So
Yeah.
I did watch it. I loved it. I remember Outlaw Star too. That was another one that was kind of like Bebop, but no one knows about it. So if you weren't watching Toonami, you probably never heard of that one. But I like that one a lot too. But
What one was
yeah,
it?
it was
Sorry.
a
I missed.
Outlaw Star. It was kind of like a space.
Yeah. I vaguely
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
Different than Bebop, but had that sort kind of scratched the same itch, I guess. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z. I remember you'd watch a season, and you know this. You grew up here.
Yeah.
You get to that like final episode, and then they go all the way back. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
get to Cell Saga or the Android Saga or whatever, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're thinking next time on Dragon or whatever. They give you a little preview and cut back to the very beginning. You're watching
Yeah.
Raditz and Nappa. I'm like, what? It's devastating. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, why? I just watched, how many episodes watching these guys
Yeah.
like power up and finally go Super Saiyan to beat this guy, and they just threw me back to the Stone Age again.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball was an emotional roller coaster, in that regard, but it was such a great anime, and I loved that show. Me and all my friends.
Four fucking episodes to charge up a spirit bomb.
And then they
literally
cut you
four.
back, throw you back to Raditz. It's like, why? I wanted to see them beat Boo or Cell or whatever.
Yeah.
Devastating,
funny.
but I love that show. It
Yeah.
was great. Yeah.
Did you ever watch Full Metal Alchemist?
A little bit, but
Okay.
that is something I'm not great about watching TV.
Yeah.
I was more of a gamer than a TV
Yeah.
watcher, so. But I do want to go back and watch some of those older animes, and I think that one, and it's a little confusing because there's like, isn't there two versions of Full Metal? Yeah,
Yeah.
so I caught bits and pieces of both, and I was so confused when watching that show.
Yeah.
So I need
Yep.
to go back, watch one, watch the other. I think there's even like an abridged version or something now. Like,
Yeah.
I need to figure it out. But I heard that one was really
Yeah.
good. And
Yeah, I've got a
pretty.
tattoo
Oh,
of it.
sick. I want to watch that one for sure.
Yeah.
Like that is on my list.
I was like that was like a super big one for me. I love the
For
story.
a lot
of
of
it.
people, dude. Like a lot of people love that one. I've gotten recommended that one
Yeah.
so many times, but
Yeah.
I just haven't committed yet. And I'd like to go back and watch.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 80s animes that like people say are their favorite, and I do like older cartoons and anime.
Yeah.
I tend to if you watch like, and I did watch Naruto a little bit at the end of high school.
Yeah, I
But I watched to Shippuden, like, and when I caught up to the Japanese the first time, I hate waiting, So I
Yeah.
took a pause, and it ended up being a forever pause. But
Yeah.
I did like Naruto too at the end of my high school.
Yeah.
But the animation just isn't, especially modern animation, just isn't as good. It's not quite as good. It feels too digitalized and copy paste, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Too easy to do fillers too now. I feel like, with the modernization of technology and stuff. And that was something that killed me with Naruto too, all the fillers. So.
Yeah, so much stretching. So much
Oh
stretching.
yeah. In the older stuff you don't get that as much.
Yeah.
I mean, you get with Dragon Ball the 4 episodes of charging up and charging a spirit
Yeah,
bomb or
yeah.
whatever. But as a kid you didn't care. You were on the edge of your seat the whole time, you know,
Yeah.
but now I'm an adult. I'm like, I'm not watching fillers, you know. I'll skip through all that stuff and get straight to the action.
Yeah, for sure. Next question I got for you. What was your first job?
I worked, man, my first job, technically it was McDonald's, I think.
Okay.
We had a McDonald's, not in our town, but like 9 miles away. So I wasn't working enough hours to like really, it was like they had me on like a really short schedule. I was only working like 20 hours a week. So within my first month of entering the workforce, I actually swapped to like a cabinet factory that my uncle worked at. So I did that for 7 months and then decided I can't do this my whole life. I got to go to college. So after that, I went to college and worked part-time as a delivery driver after that. So I didn't get my first job until like I was 17 or 18, I think. And I was blessed in that regard. And then I started college soon after. So and I did deliveries while in college. Did that for a while.
Okay.
But McDonald's was my technically first job, but it was short last. So I was like, it got me in the workforce, but I wasn't doing it like long enough to say it was like a steady job or anything.
Do you stand or sit to fly?
A little bit of both, I think. Like, I would say I sit more than I stand, but I think I fly better when I stand. But a lot of times if I'm like, just like, I'll fly like, there's like a corporate headquarters here in town. And if I'm flying around that, I'll sit in my car. So I'm more discreet, like security's not going to see me on my camera. I'm just a car in the parking lot, listening to music, texting, you know, whatever. So if I'm doing something a little more discreet, I will sit in my car, or like a little more risky or guerrilla looping. I sit in my car. So I sit a lot of the time. But if I'm like in a spot where I'm out and about, like, or if I go in the middle of a park, I usually stand for the most part. So it depends on what I'm doing. Like, but yeah, I prefer to stand probably.
I feel the same. Like standing, I feel just more like I fly better.
Yeah, well, you kind of are like, if you're in your car, you're kind of bunched up, and you don't have the same grip on your RC, and the Boxer's kind of bulky, so it's like, you know, it just kind of like hangs better on the lanyard, and I don't do that. Some people will like have their RC up here in their stomach. I feel so cramped up. That's kind of how I feel like in the car. I like it to be a little more loose. So mine's like hanging down, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like sitting against my body, and like it's more like it's not horizontal, it's vertical. Yeah, vertical. So I kind of prefer to have that full range of motion, more relaxed pose, you know. So you kind of feel that way in the car though when it's in your lap. You're kind of like all scrunched up and stuff. And I feel like I'm thinking more about being scrunched up in the moment than I am like flowing. So standing up just feels better, but I probably sit down just as much as I stand up. So I'm like 50-50 on that one.
Okay. Who are a few of your favorite pilots?
Oh, the loaded question, man. And I'm just gonna, I thought I had to think about this when I told you I'm really bad with favorites, but I thought about like, who am I excited to see when they put out a new video? You know what I mean? And for a variety of different reasons. My number one, I got a shirt on, is El Gringo. I love El Gringo. His influence is Ox Plumes, so I can't hate on Ox Plumes, but he comes out with a new video like once every 3-5 months, so he doesn't scratch the itch I have. So Gringo fills that void. Another one, and I got 5 of them. I wrote them down.
That's fine.
I like Virgin FPV. He's a French pilot. I don't know if you've seen him. He does some crazy stuff. Like he stands on the edge of waterfalls. He'll like be standing on a crane or sitting on a crane, like doing orbits around him. I seen him on the hood of a car recently, driving around a mountain, and he's flying his 5-inch and recording himself doing like crazy orbits around this BMW. Insane. Pablo Flor, that's another one I put in the same category as like, not like Ox Plumes and Gringo, but he's just as talented. He flows through bandos. I think he's a Spanish pilot. He just flows through bandos effortlessly. Like, the flow is insane, and he's just stringing together combos of tricks that, you know, it's like like I said, watching Gringo or Ox Plumes. I guess Ox Plumes is a little more comparable, but he'll just flow through just like a bando landscape, and I don't know how he does it, but I love Commander Goggle. He does like wholesome. You've interviewed Commander Goggle.
Yeah.
He does
Yeah,
wholesome
he's fun.
content. He hangs out with Ken Heron. They get up to some shenanigans, and do some
Yeah.
funny stuff.
Yeah.
Love seeing his stuff. If I see the subscription badge, I'm always watching his stuff. I love watching your interviews. You're up there for me.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm always watching your interviews, man. I love them. Like to see the behind the glance or behind those scenes looks of all my a lot of my favorite pilots. You've interviewed some of my favorite pilots and people that are kind of in my circle. And I love Birdie. Birdie, he has crazy good flight videos. I love watching him work out a tune. He does some crazy stuff. Like he just orbits things so fast. You're flying on the edge of you're sitting at the edge of your seat watching him just rip because he goes like so fast, doing the most insane stuff. He's like, he's testing the very limits of that tune. You know what I mean? He is that quad doesn't get pushed any further. I imagine his motors, they're probably hot to the touch when he's done. You know what I mean? Like he's insane. And the amount of knowledge that guy has from a tuning perspective is, in my opinion, unmatched. I'm new to the scene. I haven't watched all the tuners or anything like that, but Birdie, he's solid. You can't, he's a super nice guy, super humble. He's Australian, so, I love Aussies.
Bonus points already.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Aussies are some of the coolest people on the planet. I don't care. Like, I've always loved Aussies. So, those are, like, my favorite. I don't know if that was 5 or 6, but I always look forward to seeing those videos come out.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, that's a good list. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will never be able to choose. I'm glad you put the S on the end because I can't choose one.
Oh, like.
There's too many reasons to like different people, and those aren't all of my favorite pilots either. Those are just the ones that I spent thinking about and could form a list kind of quickly in 10 minutes or so. I try not to think about the question that much, because it's a hard one.
Yeah, no, I intentionally made them vague and know that I know that people are
open-ended.
And that
that's a good question.
Kind of puts people in the hot seat. But I thought it was funny. I thought, like, all the interviews that I've done, like they're always like we're like, oh God, oh shit, you gotta make me choose. But like Venus was just like, oh yeah, I like boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, okay.
Venus is super cool too. Like you can't, I call her mini gringo, but it's like, that's unfair to her, but she's getting it. And I think she'll be a great S-Bang pilot, like, I always like watching Venus's videos too, like watching her grow too. She's probably been into FPV a little bit longer than me, but like her flow and her S-Bang I can't S-Bang, I can try, but no, she's great. She's a cool pilot as well. So many of them, man. I could come up with a bigger list with enough time. Like,
we all could. Like, that's what I love. Like,
the community's awesome.
Yeah.
I love, there hasn't been, there's one person that I can say I dislike in the community. That's it. And it's just because of the snarkiness. I won't say any names. There's one guy. There's one guy. That's it. And he's snarky.
Drama. Clip it and shit. No, no, you're fine.
It's somebody that took, I don't know. I don't want to get you in the
No,
hot seat.
I don't.
Say a name.
Oh, I could
I was
care
going to drop
less.
a vague reference. It's somebody that took freestyle and renamed it Dex. That's it. That's all you get.
I don't even know. I don't even know who that is.
Well, if you look up Dex pilot, he'll probably be the guy. I don't know if he coined the term, but I think he claims to. He just snarky and he craps on Whoop pilots and craps on freestyle. It's like if you're not doing S-Bang or what he calls Dex, which is like I couldn't define Dex. It's like freestyle, but riskier freestyle. I don't know. It's just made up word, but yeah,
Sure.
he's a trip. He's not good for the community.
Clip it.
That's
Clip
all.
it.
There you go.
No. There's one of the clips. I got to make sure to write it down now.
I don't care. It is what it is.
No, I'm kidding.
I still follow him on Instagram. I like some of his videos, even just not the ones where he's
I still
crapping
like
on
those people like that. Like
gatekeepers. He's like the biggest gatekeeper I've ever seen. It's like he's just trying to shut people down instead of build them up. And he's good. He's a good pilot. I'll give him that. But when you're just creating barriers or talking crap about people that are posting, videos of their journeys or whatever, like come on, man.
Yeah.
That's insecure to me, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're worried somebody's catching up to you or something. Like, chill out. It's fun. We're having fun here.
Yeah, it's not a competition. Like,
Right, exactly. You know, it's all. I love the community that FPV has brought together. You know,
Yeah.
it's not a huge community. I do think it's growing, but
yeah,
just like
for sure.
you know, it's like it's crazy. It feels like you kind of know everybody loosely without knowing
Yeah.
everybody. It's super cool. It's niche,
Yeah.
but also kind of close knitted. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've loved my experience so far with the community.
Yeah,
Everybody's super helpful and
awesome.
super cool. Without the occasional snark, gatekeeper snark, but that just shows insecurity, in my opinion.
Yeah. Next question I got for you: who should I interview?
I had to think a lot about this one too. I did go through your questions before the interview, and this one was a hard one for me. But it's somebody that was a big influence to me when I first got in. And I know you haven't interviewed him, and I don't think anybody, and I'll do two because somebody did suggest one of them, but I'll suggest two of them. Is one of the pilots I grew up on, in my short career, was one I was watching last iGal 5. It was one of the first FPV tiny whoop type of videos I came across on Instagram as I was getting started. It's the John Anamicon. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I haven't heard of him. Okay.
He's a New York pilot. I think he hangs out
okay.
with like K-Sauce. I don't know if he's hung out with Vegan yet or not, but he kind of has that circle of pilots that he knows.
Yeah.
He did a collab recently with Weebleed where he dropped like a cool Whoop keychain. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, no.
If you go to Weebleed, it's on the front
Okay.
page, but I think he got started a year before me, but he was like him and another pilot, Eidolon. I don't know if he's a big public guy, but I watched those two pilots early on when I was first like getting an FPV and they were doing the iGal stuff. And I'm like, man, these guys they can fly inside. They have such good control. I'm seeing them do like Matty flips inside. I'm like, I'm never going to be there, So they were really inspirational to me early on. And I do think the John, his name is so hard to say. The John Anamicon, I think.
Okay.
If you want his name, I'll send it to you or something.
Yeah.
But super cool guy. I think he might be going places in terms of providing like FPV accessories. He's doing his own printing thing. So I think we'll see more of him in the future. But super cool guy, I think, and he's been an inspiration to me. So
okay. Yeah, I'll make sure to check him out.
Yeah, he's cool.
What's one non-FPV rabbit hole you dove into?
With ADHD, I know you just get into so much stuff.
I know.
I'll give you a few, like gaming. We've talked a little bit. I'm in your stream. We talked a little bit yesterday about this. I was into that for a long time. Kind of got tired of being inside, and all my hobbies are around computer. I'm kind of like KB. I'm a programmer. I think KB's like probably a better programmer than I am, but I do side projects there. I've dabbled in game development a little bit. I haven't published anything, but I've made my own, kind of like POCs or like indie games for myself to play in the past. I've dabbled in audio stuff like music production. I've done a lot of that in college. Nothing released. It's all just for friends and like my own, novice. I'm a master of none.
This
jack of all trades type
ADHD.
of guy. Right.
Keystone.
You can't. It's so hard to sink that much time into it without getting swept around by the next thing. I dabbled in 3D printing. By no means I'm an expert. I've done a little bit of modeling over the last year. I do plan on doing more of that, but I'm a man of many hobbies, It's so hard but so many rabbit holes. I mean, YouTube, you go on YouTube rabbit holes,
That's
so
what
many.
That's what the question's kind of meant to be. Is just
I like anything. I like where technology meets art, and FPV does that too. You can be artistic,
for sure.
and anywhere that art and technology mesh, I've probably dabbled somehow in that. So I love it.
I'm just about done. I interviewed Callie FPV. And I had a question for her because that kind of related to that. I asked her, does she feel like racing is more of an art or more science? Like, is it like a rigid, strict thing, or is it like an art style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did she answer that? I guess I'll find out. Don't spoil it.
Yeah, yeah.
If you don't want to, but I could see it going either way, man. Honestly.
She kind of
'Cause-
did. From what she kind of came to the consensus of like it's like a scientific thing. Like
I agree.
Sure.
I was gonna say that would be my first answer, just because like
Yeah.
when I watch those guys, it feels like
I'm
repetition and
almost done.
memorization. You know, I said
Yeah.
guys, but when I watch those pilots,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of female racers and they rock. But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's methodical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they memorize. I swear they have to be in Velocitron, uncrashed, and just memorizing those
Yeah.
tracks before they go into it, because it's like it blows my mind. There's no way their brain is seeing, like they're using that
Yeah.
camera just a little bit. Unless
yeah.
they're just supercomputers, they might be
No,
special humans.
a lot of the multi-GP races, they usually, I think, drop the maps on Velocitron before, so that the
I've seen
pilots
that
can
a little
practice.
bit.
Yeah.
And it's
So I
like
think that is.
they're machines otherwise, you know,
Yeah.
and they still are machines. Like to be able to execute that to
Yeah.
the level of perfection that they do, like
Yeah.
props to them. I'll never be there. I might want to do it casually or something, but no, not competitively.
Yeah,
not
and I was
seriously,
like
at least.
talking to her like the other thing that like so I like the racing that like this you're just so fast precision,
Oh.
boom boom boom, you gotta go and everything. But then there's also like the even just the mental game of like racing in general, not
Oh,
just
yeah.
specifically to
You're
FPV.
competing, yeah, like crazy. And I'm sure if they wanted to, those racing pilots, if they switched to FPV, they'd be
Yeah.
awesome because they're
Yeah.
doing split
I-
S's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's insane. Like the
talked to-
precision they have.
I talked to her about that too. That was the other thing. It's like I think I asked her if she'd ever like tried to do a freestyle of any kind or anything like that, and she was like no. She's like I haven't. Mainly just like
She
race
should.
and stuff. And she's
Yeah.
like, but a couple, like quite a few people told me I should try out to like do some freestyling stuff. And
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, you 100% sure.
Oh,
it'd
I
be
agree,
cool.
100%. Like, cause once if she has flow or like rhythm, and she puts what she has in racing into freestyle, she's gonna be one of the best. You know, it's insane. Like,
It'll be like a picture of like
Yeah.
it'll be like head moving and it say stream ended.
Yeah, I know that.
I want to make my own version of that saying.
Oh, okay.
And,
hey,
there
entrepreneur
will
in the background offering
Dude.
advice.
different
That's awesome.
versions.
Nut.
You know why different.
Hey, that's
No.
solid advice right there. He's like
version
gonna be your little
is
business
for
partner,
when the
man.
tree
Yeah.
is open.
He's 7, and like it's crazy to watch him
Hey,
grow up. It's so fucking crazy. Yeah.
He seems like a creative little guy, man. From what I've seen, like that's awesome. Looking forward to seeing his content one day. You know.
The second one is for stream ended.
Yeah. Okay.
So the
You
first
think
one
the
is
little guy will
for
get into
stream
drones?
ordered, the
I
second one is
so
for
far no.
ended.
Really?
But like he's kind of like tried to fly my tiny whoop a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I like had him try to fly in the simulator a little bit, but he like did a little bit, but he didn't get the spark, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. But I mean,
understand.
I don't know, maybe.
He's
I
a gamer
definitely-
though, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
I bet just he'll see you doing some cool stuff one day and it'll click. And
Yeah.
He'll be hooked.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I was like, when I was like looking into Callie, because I didn't really know her. But then like as I watched back some of her stuff, I was like, I've definitely seen her, and I just like
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
make the connection in my brain.
Right.
Because I watched
I saw a
like
video yesterday. Like you're talking about her today. I'm like, I just saw her post something yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was really cool. Some
yeah,
racing stuff.
I watched that whole 6-hour race stream that they did. I was like
Oh, wow.
invested in it. Yeah. No, I'm
Well,
not
you're
kidding.
into racing. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
that makes
love it.
perfect sense to me. Yeah,
I love
need
it.
to get into more of it because I mean it's insane to watch
Yeah.
those. The
It's a-
pilots are nuts.
It's
man.
a great thing. Like the big thing for me was like I've got a lot of like downtime or just like not brain work. It's like more physical work stuff. So I don't
Yeah.
really have to like. So I like to fill it with like videos and race
Yeah,
streaming.
for sure, dude.
Racing
Even,
is
like-
like great to listen to.
Well,
I
I,
work from
got
home.
the RA on the 64.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
On my
No,
Nintendo,
you're
I
good.
got the 64 Mario version.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
fancy. That's retro these days. Make
Yeah.
us feel old.
Oh,
He'll be a
yeah.
speedrunner if he plays that game. That's like a speedrun game nowadays.
He was talking about that, like,
He needs to. That'd be
a
cool.
couple, like, it was
I'm
probably,
going insane.
calm down. It was probably like a month ago or 2 months ago
Carry
now.
your butt.
He was like obsessed with The Legend of Zelda, and he was like,
That one's a big one. Ocarina. That's
Yeah,
a huge
Ocarina
speedrun
of
game
Time.
nowadays too.
he was watching that, and like he was like saw it on TikTok, and I was like, yeah, I have that still, and he's like, nuh-uh, and I was like pulled out my N64 from when I was like 12.
Yeah.
And it had the game and everything, and he was like, oh my god, and he thought it was so cool and everything.
Oh. Well, yeah, because I mean, it's probably just YouTube for
now
a lot
we
of
got
these
the
kids.
Rubik's
You know.
Cube wall.
Yeah, now he's obsessed with
Rubik's Cubes
Rubik's
are awesome.
Cubes.
Yeah.
I went through a little phase of Rubik's cubes. They're
Yeah,
fun.
but
I'm not great at it. I'm not quick at it, but they're like something you could just kind of fidget around
Yeah.
with. You know.
Like,
Yeah, he made me learn how to solve it. Like so.
Oh yeah.
So now
I imagine. Yeah.
Ugh.
Has he taken the corner of the cube off and
Yes.
permanently broken one yet?
Yeah, but there you can put them back together. You just
Yeah,
have to like, you
yeah.
know, yeah. But yeah, he's
I
done
remember
that.
when I was young, I did that and I like couldn't fix it. My
You know
dad did
what?
not help me, and I scrambled it up, so it was done. you
Yeah.
know.
Hey, Dad.
But they're fun. Good
Yeah.
fidget toys, really.
Yeah.
Probably the original fidget toy, one of them.
Ballpark
Yeah, for sure.
Rubik's Cube
I love that.
like,
Like
everybody,
people are like, oh, autism's like
Yeah,
so new and everything, and
every
it's so much
school
worse.
has.
No, it's
I like
It's-
the memes where they're talking about grandma and their
Egg.
spoon collections.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yep,
mean? I don't know
that's
if you've
what it
seen
is,
that one, but I'm like,
100%.
my grandma literally did that. She had a spoon collection.
Yeah,
I'm like, who does
the little
that? You know,
spoons
like-
that are like from different
Yeah,
states.
like
and
fancy.
shit.
Yeah, like different. Whatever. I don't know. I wasn't into it, but she loved it. She showed off her spoon collection. I'm like,
But yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
there's
grandma.
something
You
to
know,
that.
that's not autism.
Oh, yeah.
That's just grandma.
right? Like, what is the purpose of this? You know, is it?
So
yeah,
funny.
I get it.
Hey, I
It's been
fucked
around.
the stream one, and then but apparently you
No.
still watch it. Told me.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I think innovation.
got
You know, anybody that
29
has like
hours
innovated
yet,
heavily,
too.
they had a dose of it. You
So
know,
Yeah.
that
like
means
to think
maybe
outside
I
of the box,
stream
I
it
think you
for
have
a
to,
full
right?
day.
Like,
Yeah. Or
He-
putting in
so
all the
it's-
time and everything to figure it out. Yeah.
and you gotta hyper focus.
Literally
You know,
could be
so
streaming for a full
It's
day
not new.
now because he got 29 hours, and
know, buddy.
one day it's 20,
Last thing I got for you is anything you want to
4.
plug, man.
and one day it's 20.
I don't, man.
Put all the
I mean, if
links
you
in the
wanna,
description.
if you want to watch my YouTube stuff, if you want to see a newer pilot, you know, and watch my journey, I guess do that. But no, I don't have. I plug this interview, your channel, I guess. You know, I appreciate the
Thank
time
you,
that
thank
you've given me today and a platform to
that's
kind of
awesome.
talk to you and all that. And I enjoy your interviews. I'm always. Since I subscribed to you originally, I'm always trying to catch the next interview. And you're interviewing a lot of the pilots that I've interacted with over the
Yeah.
last year, you know? Like, it's super cool to see that, too. It's like, and that just makes me think, like, this tight-knit, small community, it's so good, and it's really
Yeah.
fun to learn more
Make,
about
like,
everybody.
2 different pictures that I can pop up during my
Okay.
stream. The first
You now will know what I'm going to be
version
doing the rest of the
when-
day.
Yep.
The first version is gonna be when the stream, or then the
I know, buddy.
next one is gonna be
When the stream's
when the
ending.
stream ending.
Yep, I know. I know how that works.
Better make that. You better make that ending
Yeah,
stream
but the question
stream now.
the real, but the
You're a
real
goofball.
question is,
No, it's been
how
like
would you
super
get
fun
it to pop up on
chatting
the
with everybody,
screen?
and like they've been so gracious about like chatting with me and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The real question is,
Yeah.
how do you get it on the screen though?
There's a software you use for streaming, the one that I'm using to record right now, and you set it up. I'll show you.
He's going to be a little streamer. He's
Yeah,
already getting the questions answered.
He's gonna do something like he's a smart little kid.
Oh yeah,
Today-
and he's got like good questions
day
and he's
could be the
interested. You know what I
one
mean? Like
day
that's good.
long at stream, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like you feed his energy too, which is great. I think
Yeah.
that's the best thing you could do as a
Yeah, I
parent.
try
Don't
to do-
ignore it, encourage it. You know, like that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I've made music videos with him about stuff that
Oh yeah, that was super cool, dude.
Oh.
Like I think that's great.
So like the even funnier part of that is like, so
Oh wait.
it's a streamer that he likes,
I
that he
refuse.
watches and like watches YouTube videos and stuff like that. And he actually, so we made them like over the past like 4 weekends where I spent like a day recording it all, and then like I edited it and everything. We actually like donated to the guy to get him to watch them.
Oh,
Like
nice.
the video, and he actually watched them and like was like really nice about it and stuff, and thought they were
That's
super
super
cool and
special.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
bet-
that
I bet he
means
liked
I'm
that.
famous.
Yeah, dude,
now.
he was like crapping his pants and like
Oh,
going
I
crazy
bet. Like,
about
oh
it.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's his favorite streamer, you know,
Yeah.
that's like a celebrity moment for him.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
was.
Like, that's
Yeah, he
super
was
cool.
like, he's like, I'm famous now, and I was like, yeah, you
Oh
are,
yeah,
buddy.
he is. Like,
I
the
am
internet,
famous.
it's out there. You know, that's super cool.
I am
Yeah,
famous,
just encourage that,
Dad.
man. You're doing a great job as a dad, I think. So
Yeah, it's
it'll
funny.
be. I'll be watching his content somewhere.
I'm sure
One
he'll
day.
be not too far
Come
off.
through my algorithm. You know.
Yeah. You got anything else, man? Anything?
No, man. Like I said, I appreciate the opportunity. I'm a newish pilot, you know, so it's cool that you're interested
Why
in
didn't you
learning more
3D
about me
print
and
me?
what I do, and
For my drone.
hopefully one day, you know,
Oh, then why
I know
are you
TTS
not
commented on
in
one of your
the
video. We
mod
can do like a
right now?
Midwest meetup or something and
Yeah.
do some flying
You
one day.
mean
That'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
You
so.
mean you put it
A
on?
big one.
We're few and far between out here, you know.
Yeah.
We're out here, but
Yeah.
I have met one local pilot that
Where'd
actually
you
lived
put
in the
it?
same city as me, but
You-
he
Oh
moved
shit,
like
yeah.
yeah, he moved 30
That's
minutes away. I haven't
what
flown with
you're
him this
talking
year, but
Oh, okay,
it was
yeah.
the experience is way better. You know,
No,
you're not just
My
like
big one in the back
nervous
porch.
flying around, you know, and you get to
Yeah.
see what spots have you found, you know, and all that.
Yeah.
And he's flown a lot of the same spots I was flying. I don't know how
Oh,
we didn't
yeah.
run into each other. So
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
it is crazy, man. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that,
just meeting up and flying, it'd be really cool.
there was a guy that I met through a Spider Sugar stream actually.
Yeah.
And he lives like literally 30 minutes away from me. And
That's
like
even crazier.
in a
Like,
town
you
that I
guys
grew
kinda-
up in. I grew up in
That's
that
wild.
town. Like I know that town so well. So like I went and flew with him like 3 weeks ago or something for like
That's
went on like a
awesome.
Saturday morning. And it was funny he flies more like cinematic stuff, but
Okay.
like he doesn't do a lot of freestyle trick stuff. And so it was interesting to see like where he went to fly.
Yeah,
And
for
so-
real.
I
Like in
didn't
your
find
hometown
the drone,
too.
but I
Like,
found the car.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But he let me fly his DJI. He had like a Mob 8 Whoop,
oh, cool.
and that was my first experience with DJI, and like it ruined me, man.
Oh yeah.
The
Like,
image quality, like
It's nice being able to see all the branches and stuff, you know.
I just couldn't. I was like mesmerized with how like clear the picture was in the
That's
goggles.
actually like a drawback, man. Because sometimes you do, like, you'll be in the middle of a freestyle line, and then you see something, you're like, "Oh, that's
Ooh.
awesome," and then you get caught up in the sauce a little bit,
Yeah.
and maybe a windmill almost takes you out or something. You know?
Yeah. That's funny.
Wind turbine, I guess. They're not windmills. They're not
Yeah.
milling anything. They're
Yeah.
generating energy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no.
nothing more, man. Like I said, I appreciate it and the
Those are-
opportunity, and I love your interviews. So
Thank
you got some
you. I
cool ones.
appreciate that, man. It was a pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Enjoy
good to get
the
to know
rest
you
of
a
your
little bit.
weekend. Hopefully, when you fly, you don't break anything.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna get a chance. I
You
think
get
it's
some good
windy or
practice.
rainy, so
Yeah.
I'll be flying inside probably.
You
this
got a
weekend before I
waterproof.
go.
You got a conformal coat, and then you just go
You know
fly
what?
out in the rain.
I'm gonna take that as I need to do it in the next month. So
Yeah.
hopefully, maybe you'll hold me accountable. You'll message me in a month like, hey, have you conformal coated anything? Because I need
Yeah.
to. I've had the bottle like for a
Yeah.
long time. I just haven't.
Yeah.
Do you use gloves or anything when you do it?
No.
No.
Nah,
You just
it's
use
fine.
like what do you like? How do you have like a little brush or something?
Yeah, so I bought the cheap Amazon shit, not the MG Chemical stuff.
I think I have the MG chemicals.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The
Yeah.
MG Chemicals is even easier because it's thinner.
Okay.
It's not so viscous.
So like a
so-
fingernail polish type of deal?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Okay.
you're like you're painting your fingernails, but
Okay.
on a Whoop. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you avoid your gyro and all that, or you
No,
just
I
kinda-
didn't. I just Like I had two.
Okay.
Mine was more like E6000. It was like a tube.
Okay. Like a glue. Okay.
Yeah, so I just brushed it, spread it around. I went a little heavy on mine, but that was also
Okay.
my first time. But
Yeah.
yeah, the only thing, just like with you, if you're doing an HD one, make sure you keep your camera plugged in
Okay.
and your VTX plugged in. Like any of your plugs plugged in.
So
pretty
even
much.
with the analog, like, cause with like the beta boards, you have that little plug. You keep that plugged in when you do
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I just
Okay.
coated over the UFL, and then I broke that antenna, so I had to pull it off, and then I just put a new one on and threw some
Okay.
more on top of it.
No issues with it then? Okay.
No,
Cool.
no, I haven't had any.
Good to know. Thanks for the tips there, because that's something I've been wanting to do.
Yeah.
And I just haven't.
I
I've
mean,
been a
you
little
can
nervous
use
about it.
gloves, but I didn't. It's just like
Yeah.
silicone. I mean, it's
I
not
only
going to
asked
kill you or
because
anything.
it
I
has
don't
like the
think.
little toxic symbol on the bottle. You know, it makes me.
Just don't eat it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, just don't drink it. It's not drinkable.
You just taste a little bit of it. Just not too much.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. Give it a little sniff.
No, yeah, but I didn't. I just raw dogged it and
Hey, that's probably
just
what I'll
made
do.
sure to wash
surely.
my hands and stuff afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea. Solid.
Yeah. Oh hell. Well, yep. Enjoy your weekend, man. I hope you have a good
You
weekend.
too, man.
And
Yeah, appreciate your time.
I'll see you around on
Yeah, definitely,
streams
dude.
or chatting or something somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. Well,
Have a good weekend,
Good seeing
man.
you. Good
See ya.
chatting. Peace out.